Hey, and welcome back to a new video. Today, let's talk about 301 redirects, and I will explain you when to use them, how to use them, and why they are important. So let's jump right in. 301 redirects are basically HTTP status codes. It's your web server that tells the browser what has happened to a specific URL. It's almost like a mail forwarding if you move addresses. So imagine the post that is sent to your old address, it needs to be forwarded to the new one. And it's a signal that tells the visitor that a URL changed, and it also means it's super relevant because the Google crawler will also take a look at these old URLs, and they want to keep their index up to date and know if something changed. So they will also forward the users to the new address, but also update the URL in their own index. So what's the basic example of that? Let's imagine we have a URL like this, yourdomain.com/category/article name. And we want to switch out the address here from category to blog. And obviously this could be linked somewhere around the web, or I bookmarked it. And I want to make sure that everyone that was supposed to go to this URL will end up in the new one. So we set up the redirect, and then everyone will be forwarded to the new URL. Another example could also be if you changed your top level domain. So maybe you are going from yourdomain.com to newdomain.com. And then we need to set up the 301 redirect for every single URL on your web project, because otherwise everyone that tries to open the old one will end up in no man's land. And for you to remember when to use it, so first of all, it can be the case if you are changing a URL. The thing that I showed you first. So for example, just changing the slug. Second up, if you are consolidating several pieces of content. So maybe you have two blog articles that are both about taxation or something, and they have basically the same content, then you can merge them together and forward every user that opens up the URL to just one. And last but not least, if you are migrating from one domain to another one, could be something like you change from yourdomain.com to newdomain.com, or you are also changing the top level domain at the end. So for example, from .com to .io or something like it. Oftentimes in terms of talking about domain status codes, also the 302 redirect is coming up. And just for you to remember, 301 is always for permanent change of URL and 302 for temporary changes of URL. An example for the 302 redirect could be something like a coming soon page. So let's imagine we are offline for one day with our website. We tell Google, hey, this is the 302 redirect, please show everyone the coming soon page. And that means for the Google crawler, I don't worry about this right now because the URL will be back anyways that I had before. And if you are using a 301 redirect, that means for Google, hey, I need to index this new site and throw the old one out. Now you will ask yourself, where can I handle my redirects? This really depends. This can either be your domain hoster, so Namecheap, GoDaddy, you name it. This can also be your CMS provider. So for example, if you connected your domain to webflow, webflow handles the domain, so you are doing the redirects in webflow. And for that, you can also check out our other video. And then last but not least, if you are handling your own web server and the domain, then it's your own web server. Now you will ask the question, where can you check any kind of redirects on your URLs? You can use this very, very old school tool, but it's working quite well. Just type in your domain, your URL, and then you can see the redirects and also the status codes. And yeah, I hope you like this video. If you have any questions around it, put it up down there in the comments. Otherwise, like and follow is highly appreciated, and see you in the next videos. Bye-bye.